Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Corp Commander TFW, and I'm joined this week by the man who is the self-proclaimed foremost podcaster of the Crimson Village. It's Mikey G. Wolfie 3. Hello, Mikey.
I am the foremost podcaster. I know one move, and I'm very good at it.
Exactly, and you're technically the only podcaster from the Crimson Village.
No, one move. By default, I am the best.
It's not a lot. Well, you're the only one, so of course you're the best.
I am the best. Therefore, I am the best.
When is that movie coming out on DVD, Mikey, so I can buy it? Or when's the
soon
series
enough.
coming out on DVD so I can buy it, Mikey?
Not soon enough.
That's right.
I only have Crunchyroll basically to rewatch that show.
There must be other things on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, but let's talk about priorities.
Is Gridman not on there?
Yes.
Okay.
You're ruining the moment!
I'm trying to. That's the idea. Because we need Gridman on Blu-ray too.
We need Gridman everywhere. Like,
That's right.
so want more information on Dynazenon. Like, is it a
Yeah.
sequel? Is it we're doing a universal thing? Like, well, here's some ideas. We're rebooting what? I want to know!
We never got... You never said, like, it's going to be next year? Or is it going to be 2000?
I think it's aimed for late 2020, early 21. But, like, the visual is showing I can never remember his name, but it's showing the dinosaur.
Yeah, the dragon thing.
Yeah, so I'm assuming he's playing a big part. Because Zenon obviously was referring to the robot/upgrade guy. Or guys, in this case. The Neon Genesis High School.
Sure.
Damn straight. But I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with this, because I mean, if they wanted to go like, we're going to make the dinosaur central to the plot for a while, I'd be like, okay.
You do like your dinosaurs, I hear, Mikey.
And my robots, and my mecha, and my kaiju, and if you can't put them all in one thing, I'm like, yeah.
That's all I want. That's all I need.
Also, Gridman, more please.
Yeah, definitely. Well, more Trigger stuff.
More
I'm
just
never
Trigger
complain.
in general. We were reminded of new shows coming out just before the podcast, and now we're just like, oh yeah, we love Trigger.
Yeah, if we do. It's rare for them to put out a show that isn't visually interesting at the very least. The
They
very
did a
least.
movie there I haven't seen yet.
You mean Promare?
Yeah. I was going to say something else, but no, you ruined it. Like, unfortunately, Andy, you've reminded me I have but one option now.
Yep.
Arr.
Time to don that hat.
Arr.
Get your crusty sea beard on.
I need an eye patch.
Wouldn't it be interesting if you got a captain's hat and a sea beard under the Christmas tree for this year?
Yeah, but I only wear them when I'm watching movies.
They're for a very specific time. You don't understand. You just
I
don't
go
understand.
pillaging. You're going into the sit room to pillage.
Yar.
Yar.
Yar. We're here though today to talk about Transformers. This will be the last show of 2019 because we're gonna. No, it will officially be the last show of 2019. I think we'll take a break next week, Mikey.
I think that would be wise.
Yeah, because it'll be New Year's and the likelihood of any real news coming out is low. So, 2000 and the future, 2020, you ain't gonna get us for the first week. I was even looking at the calendar number as well, and I was like, is that right? Is my calendar set up to be a stupid American version where it goes month, date, year, or year, month, date instead of date, month, year? Smallest to largest, it's how it works. But we're here to talk about third-party news. We're going to kick off with Iron Factory's IF-EX-43 Primal Commander, which is a optimal Optimus figure. These are the final product images of this figure, and it was shown, or some of these images were shown at the SGC that we mentioned last week, but we only got these images this week. So we see him in monkey mode, car mode, plane mode, and of course his roboto mode. No Megatron head, I don't think, which not a big deal, but maybe would have been a nice little accessory. How do you think this little monkey has turned out, Mikey?
I think he looks good, very articulated. Like, I'm actually a little surprised. The gorilla mode works a bit better than I was expecting it to. Although it still has the wonderful limitations of being Optimus's gorilla mode.
Yeah.
I like them trying to, as much as like we've said it before, there's only so much you can do with his alt modes. But trying to make the vehicle a bit more like a tank, I think, is a wise move.
Yeah, they've decided not to put the hands together to form the wheel, which is, like you say, smart.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, no one ever engaged with those modes, and if you tell me you did, you're a filthy liar.
Oh man, Mikey's calling you out.
Yeah. So I think, there are two modes you care about. The gorilla is decent, and the robot mode, I think, looks real solid. If it does slightly look like someone just took the Perfect Effect toy and scaled it down.
I see. Yeah, I see the one you're talking about. I could see that. I would even go as far to say that there's only one mode people care about.
But no, Andy, it's a transformer. It must transform even if you never use that.
That's true. I always felt that Optimal Optimus had a lot of fan modes to it, and that was all of his modes. Because, they all look real messy. Yeah, even the gorilla mode didn't look as solid as previous animal modes, because it was trying to do four modes. Yeah.
And honestly, I never liked the robot mode a lot just because of the arms. The arms really threw me off.
I always liked it. It was a good, impressive, like, beefcake design.
Arms are too long and, like, both ways when you have them all tooled up for me.
You gotta admit, though, it looked better than the robot mode from Transmetal 1, right? Because that was a mess.
Would it be bad if I said I barely remember that?
No, because it wasn't a good mode.
I don't really remember Transmetal Optimal or Primal.
Optimus, yeah. Go on to Google now and have a look, because that is not a good that's not a good robot mode. His his like Transmetal 8 mode with the surfboard was quite nice, apart from the ape head or gorilla head had like headphones on, or it looked like it had headphones. Just because of the style of the head. But they have redesigned this to look a little bit more interesting, and I think it's worked. It's pulled off. Can he get the guns coming over his chest? You can get his shoulder cannons, but they're more shoulder cannons than they are just like coming out of his chest like the original toy. Yeah. But again, I think that's probably for the best, to be honest. It's coming out spring next year. No info on price or anything like that, but if you want a Optimal Optimus, he be coming, yo. He be coming good. Mikey, tell me about lemons.
Make lemonade.
Keith Lemons.
Shoot him.
Go on, Mikey. No, he's really not. He's really
incredibly unentertaining. So new company Lemon 3 Lemon 3. I never say it like that. Why did I suddenly try to fake British my life? Oh Jesus. Shillelagh Jesus to morning begar. There, I'm back home.
And you now find the reason why I gave you this story.
Lemon Tree have revealed images for their first two figures. The one that was revealed first was their O2 figure, so I wonder if there was some renumbering going on or just some bad release schedules.
Maybe.
But it is Neutron Star, which is the Bumblebee movie Starscream, not to be confused with Cyber Factory's Bumblebee movie Starstorm, who is Starscream.
What?
Last week, or the week before, another company announced a Bumblebee movie Starscream. That one is called Starstorm. So... And yeah, the aesthetic is not identical. They have a different approach to the head, but for the most part, it's the same bloody thing. So we've got some design sketches as well, which is interesting. But yeah, this is Starscream from the Bumblebee movie, not Blitzwing, which wasn't funny when you all wouldn't shut up about it before. Like the Seekers haven't been a thing this entire time.
Oh.
But no, it looks like Starscream, but is a different color, so we must make a thing of it. So yeah, he is a not perfect match to the show model, I'd say. He's simplified a bit, basically, for transformation. His vehicle mode is actually pretty on point. I rewatched the Cybertron scenes of Bumblebee recently, and yeah, I think that's a good rendition of it. Yeah, the head sculpt is a little... I kind of wish it looked a bit more movie, or at least like Bumblebee movie. Where people had talent. But I think it looks like a solid figure. It doesn't look like an exceptional figure by any stretch. But I think it looks solid enough. What do you think, Andy?
The gym mode looks really weird to me. Is that how it looked in the movie?
Basically.
Is it?
It's a bit cleaner in the movie, but it's got, like, it had the big underslung cannon.
Right.
And the dipping down wings is definitely a thing.
Okay, I think it's mainly the front. The front almost reminds me of like a hornet or something. You know, an insect with a really spiky little needle pointer thingy madoo. I don't know. The actual robot mode looks kind of interesting though. It looks fine. The sketches of him having a cone head kind of amuse me because it looks like,
and the wings are different.
Yeah, the weird cone head almost looks like he's wearing a really lame robotic hood.
Yeah, but that's interesting to me because, you know, there are a couple of cone heads in Bumblebee with that
That's
wing,
true.
with the wing design. So I'm wondering if this is either a hint or was this guy originally going to be a cone head?
And then he was made into a Starscream. I mean, it seems like there was very little changes to that, if that's the case. I mean, in like 3-4 months' time, we're talking about a Lemon Tree Conehead set. I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm really hoping they hit Blitzwing first.
I mean, that's just a head change with Starscream, though, isn't it? So
yeah, I think
that's
I don't
even
think
less effort.
I know, but like, I find it really weird. I mean, I get why, obviously, marketability, but a lot of people don't even realize Starscream was in the movie, except like when they look back at that scene and go like, "Oh, they repainted Blitzwing from the trailers into Starscream," which is what they did because in those early trailers that was Blitzwing, and then they like for the actual movie they redid the model a little bit and changed it into Starscream colors.
Do we know how big this guy is? Is he legend scale? Yes, he is.
Going to be about 15 centimeters tall.
Okay, so a tall legend scale figure, I guess.
Well, like 15 centimeters is more like Voyager.
And it's... Which may fit in legend scale. Oh, wait, it says it may fit in legend scale.
Alright, 15 centimeters in inches.
20.
6. It's a 6-inch figure.
So he's like deluxe size.
Yeah. So he's
That's
not any of those scales.
No. No, well, I suppose they're saying that he'll fit in with the legend scale, but he's a tall boy.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, doesn't that make him a different scale?
No.
And there's no figures for him to fit in with because there are no legend-scaled Bumblebee figures.
You know what you need to do, Mikey. You need to stop asking questions and just start consuming.
Maybe I should start rewriting the TFW articles. I've been wanting to do that for a very long time.
Oh, Mikey, that's a way to get banned, I'm sure.
I don't post there enough to care.
That's true. But no, he's all right. He's okay. I look forward to seeing, like, I guess, it coloured, you know, as ever with these things.
Definitely kind of explains why he doesn't look quite as complicated as, say, the previous movie Starscream figure, or Bumblebee Starscream, because he is a Voyager scale thing.
Have we had the Cybertronian modes done before, or is this the first time we've had the Cybertronian modes done?
This would be the first time we had the Cybertronian, I believe.
As far as we know. Because someone could come out and say that's not true.
And they're welcome to be wrong.
Boom.
So, yeah, and also they are doing Lemon Prime. Wow, you're not even trying, guys. Which is a Bumblebee movie, Optimus, obviously. Lemon Prime. If he doesn't come in bright yellow, I'm going to be annoyed.
Lemon Prime.
Lemon Prime. Yeah, he looks about the same as Starscream. Yeah, his transformation looks a little bit more complicated, but I suspect that's just because getting into the truck mode probably requires a little bit more for what they're doing. Which I suspect Starscream, when we look into it, is you unfold him and he's a plane. But yeah, so little enough to say on Optimus, just because he's not the first, exactly the first attempt at this we've seen. So, you've anything to add on him?
He's another Optimus Prime. He's another one. I guess for his scale, he doesn't look too bad. But yeah, it's one more to that pile of Bumblebee Optimus Primes that's building up and up and up at the moment, it feels like. But I suppose you could say that just for third-party Bumblebee figures at this point.
Oh god, yeah. Bumblebee has become the new in, really.
Did Bumblebee do well in China? I can't remember.
Not a clue. I don't think it did as well, vaguely. I don't think it did as well as the other Transformer movies.
Okay.
Which I suppose says something about China's sensibilities, but...
maybe.
Because they kept it alive up until the last night.
They did. You could shoulder the blame on China if you wanted to. Because Hollywood does like to make money off the Chinese market, so
Hey,
we know
China.
this.
We need to talk. But yeah, I'll also cover this just because it's a small bit of news. Shockwave Lab has revealed their SL65 exhaust pipes, which are the addition of long smokestacks for Optimus Prime from the Siege line.
Ooh.
A lot of people want them long, child-unfriendly smokestacks. Presumably, it makes them feel like big men. Because, like, they can handle them and their, children can't. And...
The reason they want it, Mikey, is because they've seen the Long Long Man adverts from Japan. If you don't know what Long Long Man is, it's a chewing gum or bubble gum or something in Japan. Check out the advert series. It's great.
But, yeah, they have comparison shots of these small, dinky, unsatisfying smokestacks versus the... flaccid, yes. Versus the erect... upright, satisfying, powerful new Shockwave spoke.
Dominating, masculine.
Spreading.
Moist.
Inducing? I don't know. But yeah, so this is just this is something you're interested in, it's a nice little add-on.
Yeah.
Really hate that fucking paint job.
I don't know if... Do you think the tall smokestacks work on this figure?
I mean, I don't... Not really, but I think when a lot of the time people just say, "Hey, I want it more G1." So
yeah, I think it works obviously for the truck mode. I don't know if it works for the silhouette of the robot mode or not. I think that might be too tall because the smokestacks are. It looks like the highest point of them is almost level with like the tippy top of his little antennary thingy.
Yeah.
And yeah, these are I guess only done for the dirty Prime rather than the CG colored, not the CG colored Prime. What's the effect called, Mikey?
Oh, the cell shaded.
Cell shaded. Thank you. The cell shaded Prime. I'm not sure how well it would work on that one. Maybe it'd be fine. Probably be fine.
Probably be fine.
Yeah. Shall I take us on though?
Yep.
Mikey.
Yep.
3-0 deluxe scaled.
Oh.
Ravage and Soundwave, or Soundwave and Ravage if you want to go that way. You'll never guess where from. It's from Bumblebee movie again. So I'm not sure. Is this a third party or is this a
no? This is licensed.
A licensed.
3-0 have the license for Transformers action figures.
Okay.
Or one of the guys who has the license for Transformers action figures, and they've done a Bumblebee. They've done an Optimus. I think they've shown pictures of a prototype for Blitzwing.
Okay.
They, people are still going where Dropkick and Shatter, but. I bet I will put money down you'll get Shockwave before you get Dropkick and Shatter.
Which is interesting because of the amount of screen time that those characters had.
yes it is, yeah. But hey-ho.
Hey-ho. Yeah, I had to ask because I wasn't sure if they were... I couldn't remember offhand.
3A basically broke up and the company was rebranded as 3-0.
Oh, that's who these guys are. Okay. Yeah, if you're not aware... this specific Soundwave is a new action figure. It's scaled down version of the 3-0's larger premium scaled figure featuring an impressive level of detail and articulation, finishing the movie accurate design. The first teaser came out for Soundwave holding his gun while he was taking an iconic battle on Cybertron in the Bumblebee movie. I'm not sure I'd use the word iconic.
I mean, also, he didn't really use his gun in that scene.
No, didn't he just pop out Ravage and that was about it?
Yeah. He jumped down, let Ravage out, and then they surrounded Optimus.
Yeah.
That was a good scene. Love that scene.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I wouldn't say, like, it's really giving him an iconic scene. It's giving Ravage an iconic scene of him taking down Optimus Prime, I suppose. But after he's, like, bitch slapped a bunch of Seekers, and then they're like, oh, God, I can't hurt a cat.
Is it bad, though, when I think back to the Bumblebee movie and think... Do I want to watch it again? I'd only probably want to watch the Cybertron stuff, and then I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm okay with not watching anymore now."
Not really. I mean, like, if
not saying it's a bad film.
No,
I'm just
no.
like, just with
just
the Cybertron stuff. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, but like, one thing about it is like, I don't think it lessens it to say it's a one-watch movie. I mean, I would watch it again, but I don't own it. But it's not like where I don't own the other movies, and that's because I sold any copy I had when I was dumb and young and bought Revenge of the Fallen.
Same.
But like, it's just like, I just never, it was in the shops around here. I was just like, oh, I might buy it. And then it went out of the shops and I was just like, it'll be there when I want to watch it again.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere.
Yeah, so like it's just no reflection on the movie. I very much want them to continue in this universe and forget about the other ones and continue down this line of films and make Travis Knight some sort of like, I don't know, Kevin Feige or whatever he wants to call himself.
Feige. I'd say Feige. Yeah.
But it's just, yeah, that's just the nature of it. And I don't think that's bad. Like, not every movie has to be designed to be incredibly rewatchable, because that's sometimes not necessarily a sign of quality. That's, a lot of Marvel movies are very rewatchable because there's nothing to them. Which is the conversation I ended up having today about.
Really? With who?
My family, actually. They were talking
Oh,
about,
really?
Because they don't watch sci-fi fantasy comics or anything like that. So,
right.
they were talking about, like, you watch this kind of stuff. What makes it good? And I was just like, well, I mean, I don't think a lot of it's good. I think a lot of it's populist, but not good.
To be fair, both me and you are in the minority in this sense.
That doesn't mean we're wrong. That just means, well, like, but by the majority standpoint, Transformers is by default a brilliant movie franchise. Because it made a shit load of money.
Yes.
And anytime you criticize it, people say, well, you turn off your brain. And certainly with the comic movies, they set up a standard and then they drop below that standard. And I'm sorry, but I'm not giving you a go out. And when it comes to Ragnarok, it's just a shit film. You all clearly had your brains fried for. It's just incredibly shit.
You know what was good, though? Spider-Verse.
Yes, it was.
You should tell your family to watch that instead.
I'm trying to get them to watch Primal.
Primal?
Just to see what would happen. Because
the TV show?
Yeah, because none of them are prepared for it.
I vaguely remember hearing of Primal when it was on TV, but nothing else.
Yeah, me telling you to watch it 7 times, and you didn't watch it yet, you dipstick.
No, it was about dinosaurs or something,
right? It's very, very, very good. You've no excuse. We went through this with Tokusatsu Gaga. I remember that. Because you took weeks to start watching it, and it was literally me every week going like, watch the fucking show! But I can't do that with Primal, because it aired over a week.
Yeah.
When it comes back, though, for the second half season. Then I'll show you.
No. What I was thinking of, it wasn't Primal the animated show.
Please don't say the fucking movie.
No. It was like a BBC thing where dinosaurs were coming. Primeval, that was it. That was
great.
it.
That wasn't even great when I was pretending those kind of things were great.
That was where I got confused. I thought we were talking about Primeval. Some top quality British sci-fi TV. Oh boy.
You are making bad time travel stories that don't make no sense.
Do you remember Bugs, Mikey? No, barely anyone remembers Bugs. Not actually about insects either. It's about bugging and spies and the internet spies.
Because that was when the internet was the enemy.
It was when it was new and you just had to type on a keyboard and you're like, I'm hacking, are you? Yeah.
I'm hacking in. What are you doing? Password. I've got a password online.
Is the Jurassic Park hacking skills. Still amazing.
How did she hack in? She hit Control Alt Delete.
That's right.
The Raptors could have hit Control Alt Delete.
They're learning.
I'm DDoSing.
Oh no. Soundwave though. Soundwave, if you're wondering, is going to be 11 inches and 11.2 inches tall, with 80 points of articulation. There's also a Ravage. It doesn't really say anything about Ravage apart from he's a kitty. Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah, I had a look at the website and they've got a lot more images.
Oh, okay. If you want to pre-order it, do so as of today.
Yep.
Because pre-orders start, I say that because today will be the day that it goes out. The 23rd of December, 2019, you can get your pre-orders in from all your places that you buy things from.
Bye.
That's right. So, Mikey, what do you think of Soundwave? How do you think this deluxe-styled figure, even though it's 11.2 inches tall...
Well, deluxe in the Japanese sense of deluxe.
Yes.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think it turned out real well. The Bumblebee design for Soundwave, it's a little streamlined for me at times, but overall I like it, and I like Ravage. So I'm glad that they're getting a figure. Like I said, I'd rather have Dropkick or Shatter, but hey-ho. I think going through the articulation of the pictures on the website, they look real solid. like really well articulated. And I'm slightly amazed by this, but Ravage, who does seem to have more limited articulation than I might expect, can turn into basically can fold in himself 3 times and fit it in Soundwave's chest.
Oh, really? Oh, that's kind of neat.
Which is why I'm assuming that he doesn't have quite the articulation I might expect.
Yeah.
And I think that's a neat little feature.
Yeah, definitely.
A neat little unnecessary feature that they didn't, I don't, Ravage isn't quite as good as he could be. Yeah, no, I'm fine. The price is $209, which, hey, high-end action figure. I think it's like half the price of the larger scale figures.
Okay.
So this is to make something a bit more affordable than like, hey, you want to pay for Flame Toys money? You want to pay that Flame Toys money, boy? But no, I really like this. I think it's turned out well. I hope this line continues on. What about you, Andy?
It's not a line that I really hope continues on, just on the basis that it's more movie stuff. But if I wouldn't be angry if it did. I mean, the 3A people were always more into doing the either super stylized versions of Transformers or just the movie stuff. So this is a smart continuation from their kind of production schedule and what they're good at and what they're known for.
Yeah.
Though, like we say, it is very interesting that they haven't chosen the actual characters from the film, only the side characters first. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, Soundwave, what up, yo? What up? Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next bit of news?
I will indeed. Devil Savior have revealed images of their DSO2 giant axe, which is Revenge of the Fallen Scavenger, which you can tell the difference from Demolisher because Demolisher is white, and I remember that because I thought he was red in the movie until I saw a screenshot.
Nerd.
And then I realized no one cared. For anyone who doesn't remember who the hell this is, it's the one with the wheels. That is... You can have all the joints in the world, and this toy has way the hell more joints than any of the official ones. He's got neck joints and, I won't say waist joints, but sort of torso joints. And his arms got fingers and everything else. But you'll never be able to use any of them unless you buy a stand. And in this case, a very specific stand, because he is a unicycle.
He is a wheel.
Yep, and also he will, of course, be part of a combiner. He's, part of a Devastator. He's going to be big. We don't have any information, I think, yet on prices or anything like that. But hey, it seems that a bit of Revenge of the Fallen nostalgia has hit people. And if they start saying, was that movie as bad as I remember? Yes. Worse. It's worse than you remember. It is. What you have, as bad as you think that movie was, you have severe rose-tinted glasses.
It's Trust like me. A fine wine, it gets worse with age.
It's like a fine wine that someone's pissed in. So, heyo.
Do you know what the thing I remember most about this Transformer is?
Mm-hmm.
I remember doing a podcast with McFeely and him justifying Prime murdering him. You know, when they'd captured him.
This was when we were all, there was, I won't say we all, but there was this small contingent of people who were trying to convince themselves that Optimus Prime in the movies was a moral person.
Yeah, and I was like, he just murdered him, and Chris was like, well, they couldn't imprison them. This was years and years ago.
Why not?
I can't remember the entire conversation, the justification, but I was like, I remember not being a fan of Prime just getting a gun and blowing his brains out.
Didn't they imprison them in the last night?
Let's say yes. Oh no, yeah, that was Lockdown's thing, wasn't it?
The montage of all the Decepticons when they were being released from prison to work with Megs.
Oh, the humans had, somehow.
So humans with no help from robots could imprison them, but humans with help from robots could not imprison them.
It's weird, isn't it?
Chris McFeely, I don't like the fact that you inform the use of this world because you are clearly illogical.
He was much younger and foolish and was trying to he was trying to find hope and happiness in Revenge of the Fallen.
Why?
Like you said, it was a younger time when we thought it wasn't as terrible as it was.
We're also, I won't say innocent, but foolish.
Yeah. I've said many times, when I came out of that movie, I didn't know how to feel. I didn't hate it, I was just confused.
I feel like something's missing. That's joy, Andy.
No, that's hate. I'll gain that in time. I see.
There we are.
Yeah, it all comes together. Shall I take us on though, Mikey?
Yep.
Mikey, IDW. They're doing a new comic book series, a new Versus series. It's going to be Transformers versus the Terminator. Or Skynet, I suppose, technically, which will be a monthly series debuting in March 2020. So let me read you a little blurb, Mr. Mikey.
Don't do it!
Too late! Transformers versus the Terminator brings together 3 longtime Transformers contributors. David Mariotte, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, go me. John Barber and artist master Alex the Bear Milne. And writer Tom Waltz. We wish him well. And Tom Waltz, who's fresh off his celebrated 100 issues of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles run, for an epic crossover that revisits the concept of alien invasions and time-traveling resistance fighters, but wait! But twists them in unexpected ways. So, Mikey, you know about things. You're into comics.
I read them.
How do you feel about this?
That Megatron cover is weirding me out.
Why?
Look at his face.
I see nothing wrong with his face.
What?
I see nothing wrong with
Really?
his face.
You think there's no problems here for you?
No, it's perfectly fine, Mikey.
You sure?
It's...
You sure?
My house is on fire. I'm burning. Everything's on fire. It's fine.
The other cover is, broadly speaking, spectacular.
Yes, the Optimus Prime all done in red with a Terminator face underneath. That's neat.
And I love the contrast between the red and the blue eye.
Yeah, very much so.
But hey, they are pretty much on point for these crossovers so far. There hasn't really been a bad one. It's involving Alex,
really?
which means
Visionaries?
That wasn't not those crossovers. Those are crossovers in a continuity thing. These are just random ass crossovers.
Okay. See, you said crossovers. I was like, hang on a tick.
I don't even count those as crossovers. Visionaries didn't have a presence outside it.
No.
It was just like, here's a Transformers book that includes characters we're calling Visionaries. They don't do anything else. But it's got John in it. Okay, it's got Alex on it. Okay, it's got the writer of the apparently infallible Turtles run. Okay.
Which you haven't started reading yet.
I've read first quarter of it.
Wow.
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad. Got some high ideas would be a phrase I'd use.
Highfalutin or just high ideas?
Both. I think both.
Highfalutin. All right.
So I mean, I'm in for this. I think this could be real good. The Ghostbusters book, good. The Star Trek book, good. I'm into it. I'm finding it really weird when this was announced. I started reading through forums and people were getting like, oh shit, not another one of these shit things. These are so shit. It's all shit. And we're just like, none of you have been reading what's been coming out, have you?
I think they're remembering very specific ones, though, like the one I mentioned, though.
Yeah, which has nothing to do with these ones.
True, but it is a crossover, so you can see why people would associate them
versus Transformers was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That was a brilliant book.
But there wasn't just Transformers, Ghostbusters just okay.
No, it's good. No, it's a good read. It's just like there's not much to talk about. It's not deep.
I could see why people as well probably would say that the Star Trek one was bad. I wouldn't ever say it was bad myself, but it was basic.
I haven't seen it. That's the thing. I haven't seen anyone say it's bad.
Oh, okay.
These are just like when I was scrolling through the forums looking at it, it's just like, oh my god, the negativity. And I was just like, everyone I've ever spoken to about these has been super positive.
And then I come along, hey Mikey.
Yeah, Andy, even for you, you're positive. Even for you, you're positive. Because you go, remember Visionaries, and all I have to do is say, remember Rom?
Yeah. That was a really good one.
Fucking good.
Yep.
And someone tried to argue that with me once, and they're like, actually, it wasn't very good. And I'm just like,
whoa.
Sit yourself down.
Sit
yourself down.
What was their justification for such a statement?
Not enough
Out of
Transformers,
interest?
too many girls.
What?
Not enough Transformers, too many girls.
What? Okay, that's okay.
Dumb concept as well.
But the Transformers is a dumb concept.
Yeah, but this is Transformers without enough Transformers and too many girls.
Okay, so it's just a very someone who wants a very specific thing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
and can't afford to get it off the right lady. Ho ho!
Oh, damn!
Damn, son, he's referencing stuff. But no, I'm looking forward to this. It'll look brilliant. John is a gigantic nerd, so he's probably got every single angle. Like, he's probably got a way of working this into the movie continuity, which shouldn't be that hard considering at the moment there's like 1, 2. There's 4 movie continuities.
Eek.
4 separate movie continuities, Andy.
Yeah, that's a few.
Jesus Christ.
I'm interested by this. I'm not like when you tell me that it's Transformers versus the Terminator, my concern meter raises, and that's purely because I remember the Terminator movies. And when I say I remember the movies, I remember everything after 2.
Yeah.
And I go, oh no.
I don't remember anything after 2 in terms of the movies. I remember
you are a lucky boy, Mikey, and I'm
a
jealous of you.
a few of the comic crossovers, which were decent.
Yeah.
But I don't remember, like, the movies. Terminator 1 sticks with me, Terminator 2 sticks with me, and then it's just like...
I think I know what Mikey's doing on Christmas Day.
Not watching those.
Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, Salvation, and Genesis. All in one day.
There's a girl in one of those. Isn't that a girl Terminator?
That's 3. She makes her boobs bigger when she looks at a sign.
Why?
Because she gets pulled over by a police officer, I think, or something like that.
I'm checking this. 3 boobs. Terminator 3 boobs. Okay, that is a woman who needs to blink. There's a picture of the 3-breasted woman from Okay, Terminator 3 breast expansion, guys. This is a live reaction. We're going to be doing this on the channel from now on.
Oh no.
Yeah. This video has inappropriate content. It may upset you. I'm sure I'll manage. Okay, her acting has problems. Okay, what is sexy? None of it's in English.
It's an amazing effect, isn't it? Is this what you like, human?
You just bought a push-up bra. You can buy those.
It's the fact that you can tell it's done with like an air pump.
I think I could hear it.
Yeah. How did you not remember that? That's like one of the only scenes that stuck with me because it's terrible.
Oh, God.
I will give some mighty props to these guys if they put that scene in this movie. And by that, I mean they shouldn't because it's terrible. But I'd give them a nod and a wink and be like,
because it's terrible is why you should do it.
Well done, guys. Well done. But yeah, Transformers Terminator will not have inflatable boobs. Well, that's not true. We don't know that for sure.
I think we'll all be a little less if it
doesn't. Do we know when it's actually coming out, though?
New Year, I believe. Like February or March. It's March.
Oh, cool. Okay, so it's not that far until we, I guess, like get a preview image or something like that. So, okay, that's cool. I'll take the next story because it's a quickie. Transformers trading card game Wave 5 has been announced for April. Seems like that's the only information, but there you go. People who get them their cards, being our buddy Wayne.
Wayne,
for one.
praise him.
Yes.
He's handsome. I've recently learned he was in Canada touching Canadians.
Yes, he was trying to win a competition, which is kind of neat that he got there. That's pretty badass.
That's pretty good. And unfortunately, he had to meet people we know, and I think we'd all wish not upon him.
It's true.
Yeah, but Wayne is a beautiful human being, and I really hope to be at AA this year so I can at least lick him.
Oh, very nice. Very good. Yeah.
Like a candy.
Wave, trading card fans, new wave coming. Get psyched. Get hyped. Mikey, get us onto the last bit of news then. Little
bit of news for the old TF Connings. At TFCon Orlando 2020, they have announced that Victor Caroli, who was the narrator of The Transformers, will be back in a moment. From G1, will be making his appearance. He'll be doing schedule signings free of charge, thanks to the sponsor Chosen Prime. I think that's really cool whenever you can get these things without costing you money, because I understand that the guys have to make their money, but that's a lot of money being spent in a short period of time, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's really, really cool. He'll be joining Greg Berger, Man of Mystery, and Jose Delbo, man whose name I can never pronounce. And I dropped a screw.
No.
Yeah, I'm just checking. Do I need it? I'm sure it'll show up. I shouldn't be playing with things. My mama told me not to. But yeah, so that'll be on March 20th to 22nd, 2020 in Florida. And he will also be joined in Orlando by comic artist from Transformers: The Lost Light, and I believe he's doing some work in the Transformers Valentine special. It's coming up. Jack Lawrence, large man, large biceps. So yeah, he's going to be joining everyone else. I think that's a decent start. Of course, it's the first of what I'm assuming is at least 2 TFCons in the US. So God only knows what they're going to be getting going forward. But no, yeah, I think that's really, really neat. Victor Paroli, I think, is an interesting get.
Yeah, kind of really a good one, I'd say, just because I'm sure he still has the voice, but he did the voice, and the voice is iconic.
Yeah. And I'm just looking, what else has he done?
A lot of stuff, I'm sure, in that time period.
Probably
I'm
done
sure
a
in
lot
the
of
80s.
ads.
Yeah, actually, yes, a lot of ads. Maybe trailers as well.
He was, oh my God, I didn't realize this.
What's up?
He was paralyzed existential horse crisis in Bravest Warriors.
Oh, wow, okay.
You know, the best character from that show?
Yeah.
The horse who has seen too much.
Yes.
He was in the narrator for Titan's Return. Actually, according to his IMDb, there is a big gap between, 1984, working in Transformers, 1999, and then 2011.
Oh, wow, okay.
So presumably he did work in other voice roles in between.
Maybe.
Also, yeah, he narrated a show about forensics. But he was the paralyzed horse, and I love the paralyzed horse. It has seen too much. So yeah, I believe that's the news.
Cool. Then, Mikey, I'm going to ask you, what you been up to this week? What have you done for fun?
Not much. Quite frustratingly,
no.
to be honest. Work was mad in the last week coming up to Christmas. So basically, I'd get home and just and fall asleep.
How long are you off for until you have to go back then?
I have a week off.
Okay, 1 week. Okay.
Yeah, so that's not too bad. But I had like a list of things to sit down and do and watch and read, and I didn't get into any of them. So hopefully I have some time over Christmas. So I did do a little bit, but like the new episode of 01, episode 16 hasn't been subbed yet. So I don't know what the story is with that. I've got to wait for that one to come out. Haven't had a chance to watch Ruby, haven't had a chance to watch anime shows or to check out new anime shows or anything like that. I did make time during the week to read a comic.
Ooh.
Which was one I'll be honest, I was just not going to read.
Okay.
And until I basically decided it's nearly done. There's only 2 more issues left, and I said, might as well. So Heroes in Crisis came out earlier in the year.
Is this your Wally West comic?
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, Heroes in Crisis basically was written by Tom King, and he wanted it to show the effect of PTSD on veterans, and his approach to that was to have someone respond to PTSD by accidentally killing a bunch of people and then trying to frame it on other people and then commit suicide. You know, healthy approaches to it. If you've got PTSD, you can get help, because all of this happened when he was put into a place to get help. It's a really bad book. That shits on my favorite DC superhero, by the way, which is, of course, Wally West. So they gave him a book, Flash Forward, which is about Wally being summoned. He's waiting on trial for manslaughter and attempted murder of himself. And he is summoned by a character who I've never seen before, Tempest Fuginaut, who is a big temporal figure. And he's told that he is the fastest being in all the multiverse, and he needs to travel to various planets and stop the dark multiverse from absorbing them. All the while, it's building up the story of him trying to find his children who were lost in the time stream. And the basic premise is that it needs Wally has to rediscover why he is unique among the Flashes in terms of his personality, like that he loves this, and that he has to relearn to be a hero. Now, my first thing is he didn't need to relearn to be a hero. You fucked up and need to cover your asses. But I wasn't going to read this because it's drawn by Brett Booth, who did the early Titans run. So I really like his art style. but it's written by Scott Lobdell, who has never written anything I've enjoyed on any level.
What stuff has he done?
Well, like he did Red Hood and the Outlaws. Remember that?
I remember hearing about it. That was enough.
He did Teen Titans, the bad Teen Titans run, where for some god awful reason Beast Boy is red.
What? No, he's green.
No, because it's like, I think the logic was he's tied into the red, so we'll make him red.
What do you mean he's tied into the red?
Well, like, you know what the green is in DC? Swamp Thing's powers. Well, like, there's the green, the grey, and the red. And the grey is also called the Rot. So, like, the green is plants and everything else, and Swamp Thing is their avatar, and the red is animals, and Animal Man is their avatar. And I think either Grundy or Frankenstein is the avatar of the Rot.
Okay.
And Beast Boy, all animal superheroes get their powers in part from the red. So Beast Boy gets his powers from the red, so he is red.
No.
Animal Man, on the other hand, is very white. Yeah. So I really wasn't going to read this because I was just thinking, like, I've seen some of the interviews he did beforehand. He didn't know Linda Park's name. He said he doesn't read up on characters before he starts writing them a lot of the time. And I'm just like, oh no. But it was basically, I just said, fuck it. I want to read something with Wally in it. So, I had a weird experience, Andy. Excuse me. If anyone doesn't know, the cold still hasn't completely left me. But, I kind of liked reading a Scott Lobdell book.
Oh.
Because it was basically, Wally has fun. People like Wally. Wally is trying to get past depression.
Oh, okay.
Which feels almost like what the Tom King book should have been, and not been about a stupid murder, killing a bunch of characters no one ever really cared about, and then a couple that you did like, and then for some reason Harley Quinn is in a psychiatrist's office for heroes. Why?
Because people love Harley Quinn.
But she's Harley Quinn.
Yeah. What's your point?
Why do people not get Harley Quinn anymore? This is me being old man Back in my day, we understood the point of traumatized women who were being in horrifically abusive relationships and keep coming back for more, and we didn't have people saying, I want a relationship like Harley Quinn and the Joker. Are you fucking insane? But yeah, Wally's fun in this. There is this, like, I do get a small bit of enjoyment out of things like he's fighting an alternate reality Superman and knocks him through a wall. But it's a vampire Superman, so it's okay if he kills him. And there's a line like, I would never think about doing this to my own Superman. And I'm just like, you know what? I want to see you do this to your own Superman. I kind of enjoy that. And there's like fun little things like there's an alternate reality Linda who's a speedster. And there's President Superman, who's from a book called Multiversity, which I haven't read.
Alright.
No, it's a fun little read. It has a big, issue 4 ends on a big plot thing to do with his family. I mean, if you're going to do this, just give Wally his life back, please. Just get rid. You fucked up the Rebirth stuff when Jeff Johns had to go off and do movies and TV and stuff. So can you just stop doing what you're doing? Just give him back his life and move on.
Do you feel this is a personal attack that every time they do something Wally related, they don't do it well because of you?
Not me. It's because Dan Didio hates him. And that's Dan Didio has come out and said he hates legacy characters, and he does not like Wally West. So since he became editor, and basically since he had any kind of power, he's been trying to kind of slowly either remove or erase Wally, which he did once for 6 years or something like that.
Oof.
And then, but like, it's like I told the story before, like when he was announcing Heroes in Crisis and said, oh well, you can't have a crisis book without a convention, can't have a crisis book without something bad happening to a Flash. Poor Wally. And then he paused for laughter. And
no one laughed.
Nobody laughed because it was like, because you could, if you watch the video in the audience, you can almost hear this wave of, you motherfucker.
Leave Wally alone.
We know what you're doing. But yeah. But no, like, I wouldn't say it's the best comic out there, but it's pretty inoffensive. And if Heroes in Crisis left a bad taste in your mouth, which it did for me, and from what I'm told, a lot of people with PTSD, including veterans, who wrote very angry letters about it.
Oh wow!
And said, "This is a poor reflection on people with PTSD."
Wow, that's not good.
Yeah, might be worth checking out. Oh, there. Talking is killing my throat. The only other thing of note would be because I have a voucher that's running out before the end of the year, I saw Rise of Skywalker for free because I didn't pay for it.
You paid with it with time.
Yeah, true, but like there's literally nothing in the cinema between now and then that I want to see, so I figured it was the only thing I might have a chance with. Broadly speaking. It's pretty bad. I think it's bad. I think it's bad if you like Rey. I think it's bad if you like Kylo. I think it's bad if you like any of the new characters. I think it's bad if you like the old characters. I think it's bad if you like the other two films. I think it's especially bad if you didn't like the last two films. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I have to emphasize this. It's not my thing. It just isn't. Has never really been. I didn't see Star Wars, the original trilogy, until I was in my very early 20s.
Oh, wow, really? How did you manage that?
Just never got around to it.
Huh.
Years I knew Vader was his father. Never had a context.
Oh, yeah, you would do. I mean, it's everywhere, so...
But, yeah, there's bad acting, bad plotting, bad scripting. This movie is desperately trying to erase The Last Jedi. Like, it is putting its boot over The Last Jedi and just, like, trying to suffocate it. Like, what it wants you to think is that there was a second movie, it's just not the one you saw.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Luke is suddenly supportive and decent again. Basically, he's what you'd expect an older Luke Skywalker to kind of be.
Yeah.
And there's all, but there's this thing where it's like, we want to explain away the Last Jedi and kind of get it back on track to what J.J. Abrams wanted in the first film, but we can't really. So we're kind of going to stick in a bunch of random shit that really doesn't work. Also, this thing... Oh, one, I think... Own your mistakes and just do a story continuing on from The Last Jedi. Don't try and try to, inverted commas, fix it because you make your movie work by doing it. And they did. And then there's like a lot of bait and switch. Really bad bait and switch. I'm not invested in characters. If you had problems with Rey before, and I mean problems that weren't just she has tits, because if that's your problem, you have your own problems. But like in terms of her character, development, power set, everything else, you are going to have a lot more problems with her this time. The villain, who I'm sure is completely spoiled for everyone, but I'll be the one guy who's not saying it, is very oddly handled. Yeah, and like the thing for me, and like this is something that really pissed me off about the first one, The Force Awakens, which I would say is at best an average film. These films are so terrified of being their own thing. They just want you to go, I remember when this happened in Return of the Jedi. Like, I remember when this happened in Empire. And, like, Last Jedi has a lot of I am Empire Strikes Back. This is basically Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi kind of merged into one film.
Okay.
Also, fuck off with your Death Stars. You've ruined the Death Star for me. That's all I'll say about... Like, that's one... These films, starting with Force Awakens, have ruined the Death Star. How do you ruin the Death Star? By normalizing it. That's what they did. They normalized it. But I really wish this trilogy had started like, we're making an original story. We're not trying to go, hey, do you remember all these things? We're doing our own thing with it. I would have liked if it was completely separate from the old trilogy entirely and just told its own story. I think Mandalorian is the reason at the moment Mandalorian is one of the strongest pieces of Star Wars media, in my opinion, is because it's telling its own story. Now, last night, partly because I think there's a bit of truth in it, and partly because I'm just, an asshole, I said it wasn't that Star Wars, and I don't think it's that Star Wars. I think it hits some of the tropes that, led up to the creation of Star Wars, but I think it's very much outside of what Star Wars is. And I think it's only stronger for it. I think it shows how, you could do so much in this world that no one's touching. And considering the last 5 movies, hell, considering the last... Yeah, wow, what a thought. We've had 11 Star Wars movies. And... I mean, Empire Strikes Back is unambiguously good.
Mm-hmm.
Last Hope is decent.
Yeah, I think it's a good film.
Yeah, it's not as good as the second one, but it's okay.
Oh, no, yeah.
Return of the Jedi has problems.
Yeah, but it's enjoyable enough.
Yeah.
It's got some really good ideas in there. It's let down by Endor, I think, is the big problem.
Yeah. It's just 11 movies and it's been a long time since one stood up.
Yeah.
Long time. They're saying they're giving the franchise a break for a couple of years in terms of films. I think that would be wise. I'm not even sure, like, this Obi-Wan series, I'm sure it could be interesting, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not a Star Wars fan in a way, because that means if I'm not, like, investedly disappointed. Like, if this was Star Trek, like, this isn't Discovery for me. I'm not angry at it for being bad. It's
yeah,
just...
I was gonna say, we've had our time, Mikey.
Yeah.
We've had our time of pain.
Yeah, like, this is just, okay, it's bad, but, you know, it's no skin off my nose. On the other hand, I'm sure, like, being a Star Wars fan, on some ways, you want to justify this more, so maybe you can like it more by forcing yourself to. But hey, it is what it is. I also watched The Mandalorian. I'm up to date in that. That's a good show. It's got I'm liking the isolated nature of the stories. I hope they continue that going on in the second season. Yeah, I'm liking it. It's a good show. Andy, what about you?
Well, I've caught up to date with The Mandalorian as well. I watched episodes 5, 6, and 7. I think it's fine.
Not the best show ever made. Oh my god, it's on the Baby Yoda, best Yoda.
Yeah, no, I like the idea, like you say, of the not connected stories. I think that's good. The problem is I don't find the stories very interesting. I find them very bland. Like the one I mentioned previously, the 7 Samurai episodes, is such a cookie cutter episode that it's just, you've seen it so many times before. The episode with the bounty hunter on Tatooine was pretty dull. And didn't do anything exciting or interesting. The prison escape ship episode, I'll call it, although wasn't very, like, special or unique or anything, it was the first episode I'd had where I was like, okay, this is fine. This was enjoyable. I don't think it was great, but it was enjoyable. And with episode 7 again, it felt slow. And it feels more like a 2-parter. It feels like I've seen part 1 and waiting, obviously, for part 2, which is the last episode of The Mandalorian.
Yes,
is that right?
Yes, last episode of the season. It has been already confirmed for a season 2, but yeah.
I'm not shocked.
Yeah. Also, can I just say, Baby Yoda's a dick.
Yeah.
Dick
It's
move,
funny,
you Baby Yoda.
It's funny though.
Dick move.
So it's a little bit sad to say that I've only really started being like, this is an okay show by episode 6 of 8. I wouldn't say that's a great run from my eyes personally, but you know, when we've had what we've had with the movies for so long, you know, it looks a lot better. At least
categorically better.
Yeah, it's not as good as Clone Wars TV series, I would say, though, in my
unrealistic standard.
Yeah. You know, it's a TV show versus a TV show. I think you can compare them easily enough. I also watched Spider-Man Far From Home, Mikey, for the first time.
Still haven't seen it.
The fight he has with Mysterio is really good. It's really good. It's exactly what a Spider-Man fight should look like when he's fighting Mysterio. Though you have to go, okay, his Spidey sense doesn't work. And it's only briefly kind of mentioned at the start when Aunt May throws a banana at him and he doesn't catch it. And she mentions the spider tingle doesn't work. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not really sure why it doesn't work, apart from because if it did work, there wouldn't be a movie. Because this is like, Spider-Man's one of the best fighters on planet Earth in martial arts, because the spider sense is stupidly overpowered.
To the point where there was an entire arc after he lost it where he has to learn how to fight properly from Iron Fist, if I remember.
I'm not surprised.
Because he loses his power and he's just like, shit, I'm being punched a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm super powerful, which means I'm overreacting in my defense.
Oh no.
Which means he, like, puts some poor bastard in the hospital because he panicked and tried too hard. And he's like, oh right, I can punch out a car.
Yeah. Apart from the really cool sequence with Mysterio, it's just another Marvel film.
Because a lot of people are saying it's notably better than recent.
Okay.
You would not agree?
I wouldn't. I was just watching it and being like, eh. I'd say for Mikey, you haven't seen it, obviously. I'd say give it a watch. just have a watch. I wouldn't say you have to rush to see it or anything like that, but
Not going to restore my faith in
I don't think
Marvel movies.
No, I don't think so. Maybe it will. Maybe I'm wrong in that aspect, but I don't think it's gonna change your tune anytime soon about it. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong there. But I am nearly up to date with 01. I think I ended on episode 14. That's good. That's good. With still in that, hey, the real plot hasn't kicked off quite yet, at least with episode 14. But it feels like we're getting there. And it's not a bad 14 episodes either.
No. Did you notice what I meant about Naruto? They pull him back.
Yes, he's still. He's not like wow. Episode 1 and 2. Like I said last week or something. Nails on a fucking chalkboard. Painful to watch. He's still got a little bit of. It's like a one nail down a chalkboard, but only for really small increments. He's a lot better than when he started, though. But I'm always a big sucker for AIs gaining sentience and stuff like that. I always think that's a neat concept for a story. All about that. Was there anything that was worth mentioning? I don't think so. It's just enjoyable. One of the things I mentioned to you, they're knocking through toys really, really quickly. Really quickly. But luckily it's not a detriment. It doesn't feel like a massive detriment to the show at this point.
To me, it kind of felt like, okay, we want this done. It's done. Okay, it's done. We're story now.
Yeah, I'm wondering where the point is where we'll hit the peak, and then it'll just kind of go down, and we won't need to worry as much about promoting the toys because it's the first half of the show where they're always like really heavy pushing the toys, and then after that, it's usually a new rider suit, and then you get an action figure for that, and then mid form, final form, and then maybe a final form for the secondary riders. That's usually about it. So, no, it's good though. I'm enjoying it. You said we're on episode 16 now. Is that right?
I believe so.
Okay, well, I'll need to go and grab those episodes at some point soon in the future.
Haven't been subbed yet, unfortunately.
I could get 15 at least, I suppose. And then wait till next week to get. Oh, actually, will it be? Have they skipped a week? Or are they skipping a week?
They're skipping next week.
Oh, bummer.
Think.
Oh, bummer.
But I know it's introducing a new rider because I stumbled upon the preview while YouTubing.
Yeah, Common Rider Trousers.
Trousers, yeah. I've heard a lot of takes on the pronunciation. I'm going with Thouser. Okay. But because the corporate guy goes like everything's 100%, 999%. So I'm just using Thouser is when it hits 1000%. Because where you feel like you should go up to him and say like, you are head of a corporation. Yes, that's not how maths work.
Isn't it though?
No, you saying a word and then saying it to percent. It's not how maths work.
What you don't know is in the show, Mikey, his company's failing hard. It's crashing because he just doesn't understand. See, I saw Kamen Rider Trousers because I was only really quickly scrolling through like Facebook when I saw it and went, trousers, that'll do. I can't be bothered. I'll find out when I get to it in the show.
Bloodstock.
Also, I like Kamen Rider Trousers. It sounds like a great name. Ain't had that before. Anything else? No, I've just been watching people react to Star Wars. That's been a thing. And then it's just been a lot of sorting out everything for Christmas, buying all the food and preparing that for cooking. Though I might not have to do any cooking. We'll see what happens. Christmas might be delayed in the household of Milne because we've got ill people here. So we'll see what happens.
Getting chocolate for them.
Yeah, well,
exchange them for food or services.
And I've also got to wrap all of the presents from me to them and from them to each other as well. So I do everything for Christmas here. So that's something I've got to get sorted out soon.
We all need a Milman in our life.
Yep, it's true. Helpful Andy. The only other thing I've been doing is playing on my PlayStation. That's been fun.
Any good games?
Just Samurai Warriors 2. That's been a lot of my time. Just cracking on through that. Did a bit more Bloodborne. I'm up to Father Gascoigne, I think. So I've beat the. Whereabouts did you get up to with it, Mikey? Do you remember?
Not very far. I basically just kind of did a 10-minute dry run
Oh,
20
okay.
minutes. So
So you didn't get up to the very first boss.
I'm still doing Cyber Sleuth, which I won't talk about it much. I am enjoying the story as ramping up and that, and just like, this is what Pokemon could be if it put a plot in. Which is kind of what I'd say about Digimon anyway.
I did watch a review on it, and it was fairly positive. One of the things they said was it would have been nice if there was a dub in it.
Yes, not because I don't think I think the Japanese cast does very well. I think Nokia, the character Nokia, steals the fucking show.
Yes, the reviewer mentioned Nokia was amazing, and I think is the voice actress who did the main character from My Witch Academia. I think. Yep.
But she is
sweet,
fantastic. Every line she says is gold. The only problem is there's a lot of filler text in the fights, which you don't realize is the Digimon supposed to be talking.
Oh no, it's not subtitled at all.
No, it's years of anime have allowed me to pick up a few bits of people going like, "I'm amazing, I'll kill you." But it does add this element of like one of the level up features is to get a Digimon and have them basically kill and eat the other Digimon by absorbing their data. So just like when they're when this thing is saying like they're alive, that becomes hella more sinister.
It's fine, Mikey. Don't worry about it.
But,
it's all about beating the bad guy.
The second game is on sale at the moment for like $10, and I'm probably going to pick it up.
What? There's a second Cyber Sleuth.
Hacker's Memory. It's a direct sequel, and apparently all the characters come back. Nucky is a boss fight, which I must experience.
Oh, is she a Margaret then? Basically.
Don't know. Her so far she's partnered with an Agumon and a Gabumon, which basically means she's going to get an Omnimon at some point.
What did you say this one was called? Data Squad.
This is Cyber Sleuth and then Cyber Sleuth Hacker Memory.
Okay, Hacker Memory. Cool. I'll see if I can find a review for that.
Yeah. But it's also introduced a few Digimon that aren't in Cyber Sleuth that I really wish were, like Megidramon, who was the big scary dragon from Tamers. That was kind of like it was just like a really good episode of Tamers where the main guy goes mad and tries to literally, not figuratively, eat and devour someone. Because Tamers was fucking dark.
Can you get the poo Digimon?
Yes, there are multiple poo Digimons in this actually. One of which is really important because they all have extra abilities, and his ability is that he doubles your experience. So if you're grinding, I recommend having 2 poo Digimon in your main squad with 1 regular Digimon to actually fight, because they are atrocious in a fight.
What a thing to say.
Yeah, bring the poo. It'll make your life better. You'll gain experience from poo.
Jesus. I think that's all I've been up to this week, Mr. Mikey. That's it. All prep and getting ready for Christmas. You say you're going to send me over at some point the Woo Woo episode, which was going to be a Christmas episode with my buddy Matt, which we were going to record today, but he decided he had other things to do. I don't know what happened, but there won't be a Christmas episode, but there will be a Woo Woo regardless. So we'll sort that out anyway.
Yep, I will probably get that over to you today or tomorrow.
Hooray!
But I do have one bit of feedback I do want to go over, because it's been since we had a break. It's been hanging around for about a month now, and I feel kind of bad for him. So this was from Porgamus Prime. So first of all, I'd just like to thank you for your wonderful anime suggestions. I will begin binging them all as soon as possible. For the record, I have tried to watch Evangelion, but it teased me with 3 seconds of a robot fight and then did not deliver.
Welcome to Evangelion.
Wait until you get into the deeply disturbing treatment of women and minors. But no, it's art. It's artistic, Andy. It's art.
It is artistic. I'll give it that.
Now.
It is artistic.
He's doing an Ultraman movie next.
Cool. Hasn't he finished the rebuild movies yet? Isn't that something he should fucking do?
I don't know. I heard that the rebuilds were delayed because after Godzilla he went on to Ultraman.
Oh my god, this dude. Jesus.
I just don't. I've seen him interviewed. He just seems unpleasant.
Are you saying this because we are both unpleasant and we can smell our own?
He just like when even with subtitles, I get the sense of you're a bit of a dick. I feel like that's something. But anyway, he will give it another shot for the sake of the only thing that matters: getting references. Okay.
can see
On
that.
to the questions. I recently rewatched Dark of the Moon for the first time in years, and honestly, it didn't seem that bad. I know people often rank it as the worst Transformers film. It's really not.
No.
But I never understood why. This could just be nostalgia for me, as I was 13 at the time of its release. You're a fucking
Oh
child.
God.
And I
Ouch.
don't feel this is the case, as I absolutely despise Revenge of the Fallen. Good man.
Mhm.
Beyond a few choice scenes, those choice scenes age worse every time you see them.
Which other does it mention which the choice scenes are?
No,
Out
but I
of
bet I can
interest.
guess one of them.
What do you think one of them is?
The forest fight.
The what? Sorry.
The forest fight.
Oh Christ! Yeah. Okay.
That
Yeah,
ages
it's not
badly,
bad.
though. That ages bad. I've seen that. Like, when you actually start thinking about that in terms of filmmaking, oh, it's badly put together.
Yeah, because I haven't actually seen that for a while, so I'm just kind of remembering it.
Well, do
but
me a
not
favor.
well.
Like,
No.
remember, it's a 5-minute scene.
No, I don't want to.
Watch it. No, watch it. I want it because
Oh.
you know more about editing and everything else than I do. I want to see if you come away from that thinking that it's at least competently put together as an action scene.
Okay, it probably won't be.
I don't think it is.
I
But
was
you know.
assuming.
Anyway, based on this, my question for you fine fellows is there a piece of Transformers media that everyone else seems to loathe, which you love, or vice versa? If you find this limiting, feel free to expand your discussion to other franchises. Out until next time. P.S. He's also included, this is interesting, he's basically done kind of a primer for the Bayverse, which, if I get some permission off him, I might put up on the Twitter, just because
Oh.
I think it's an interesting little thing, just like an interesting little perspective. So, unfortunately, I remember the Bayverse very well. But like it's a guide like introducing, going over the Dreads and Devastator. Like so far, it's mostly Decepticons, but at least the bits I've read.
Right.
So yeah, I think it could be interesting. But Andy,
Yes.
is there something in Transformers that you love that other people tell you should not love?
Yes, and this works for both of us, Mikey.
Are you sure? Because
Yes,
I couldn't.
I
could
guarantee
I
you
could
will
be
agree with
thinking
me.
of something completely different.
You could be, but I guarantee you will agree with me when I say this. Legends
What?
comics.
Well, I was about to say that too. Who could have foreseen?
Who could have foreseen?
Mm.
There's a lot of hate for those Legend comics.
Yeah, I'm still kind of genuinely annoyed by the TF Wiki thing of just like it's like Kiss players but worse.
It's not. Oh my
Fuck
god!
off.
Wow, what that is that's a psycho
Let's get the
statement.
direct quote. Let's get the direct quote actually. But I
Wow.
haven't done this in years, but I will probably edit that and I'll probably put a snarky "maybe y'all grow up." 'Cause, like you're punching my baby in the face. The
Mhm.
baby done nothing but good in the world, and you punch him in the face. Okay, got comic. It's like Kiss players, but with more transphobia.
Oh my god!
Fuck off!
Oh my god!
Fuck off!
A lot of people don't like those things. We do though. We really like them. We
Well,
see the fun in
transphobia? I'm not really a fan of it.
it. You bastard.
I mean, I'll be honest. Of the
You
things
piece
I
of
want to
shit.
spend time with, transphobia, not really it. They're like, maybe we could all just get the fuck along. And why does anyone give a shit if someone identifies as male or female? It's none of your damn business. But
Mm.
like, Legends is so pure. It's so pure,
Mhm.
and it's in complete insanity. Like, one of my biggest regrets is not getting a Megatronia, and now it's like stupid expensive.
Is it? Oh, bummer.
I look now, like when I started working again, I had started looking, and it was like 150, 200, and I'm just like, before I was looking, there was a sale where one was down to 50.
Oh,
And that was annoying.
what? Just
but-
£50?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
You should have told me about this shit, Jesus.
But it's so good. It's so good and funny and made with such love.
hmm And look, all the references, all of the
Mm.
references. It's great.
Like you talk about, we want creators who are fans. That is made by a creator who is a goddamn fan.
Oh, definitely.
Deep cut fan. Like someone who has gone out of his way to get all the Western jokes that don't translate well over there kind of fan.
hmm
But no.
Is there
Ugh.
is
I'm
there
actually
anything?
genuinely annoyed by reading that.
Is there anything else that? Because I mean that I suppose that's our go-to famous answer. Is there any other things that we like that everybody else hates?
In Transformers. The stuff we hate that other people like. But,
Like what?
oh god, what was it? People like Dreamwave.
I don't mind Dreamwave.
I do. I've reread it recently.
I think that's why I don't hate it, because I like it's been a long time since I've read it, to be fair. It's been a long
do you know
time.
what? I have. It's remarkable how often I've come across people who hate ROM versus Transformers.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that earlier, so yeah,
Calling it
that's
back.
fair. But is that a loud minority that you've just come across, or do you think that's a bigger percentage than, maybe? I don't want to say it's relevant, because obviously it doesn't deserve to be hated on.
No, I don't know, honestly. I have it because that was all after I dropped out of tracking like popular opinion and these things and just had my own opinion. Is there anything outside of Transformers you'd say you really
Marvel
love
movies.
that other people hate?
Apart
from the Berserk anime, the new Berserk anime.
Fuck you, Mikey. Anything that I love, Dynasty Warrior games. A lot of people. It's a very niche series, but a lot of people don't like those games, and I totally understand why. They are very repetitive and silly. But that's something I genuinely enjoy that a lot of people just don't.
Yeah. This is a weird one. It's because it was relatively recent. And hey, you know my Batman fatigue?
Yes.
My voice. The thing I like that a lot of people hate is the Batman and Harley Quinn movie. The one that came out earlier in the year. It might have been late last year.
Is that the one where Harley Quinn goes and sings in a bar?
Yeah, I
Mikey.
really enjoyed that movie. It's the first DC animated movie in years that I've really gotten into. I laughed a lot.
Okay.
I thought it was really fun, and I think people took it way the fuck too seriously.
I wasn't a fan.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was an enjoyable romp. I would watch it again. Yeah.
Well, here's a question. Do you enjoy the Harley Quinn show?
No, it's atrocious.
How many episodes have you seen?
1. You're not making me watch anymore.
I've seen 3.
Why?
Because sometimes, Mikey, I want to feel pain.
I could get you a hot poker for that. It would be quicker.
It would be. It would leave less scars as well. I hate that show.
So, what's the plot so far?
Harley Quinn wants to get back at the Joker. The episode 3 was about female villains being kept needing to break through the glass ceiling. Terms that they words that they use in the show.
Okay, so
because the male supervillains don't allow them to be as great as they actually are.
Someone told that to Catwoman, but so what? How did they deal with the glass ceiling?
Well, Harley Quinn went to Zeus Maxim.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
He was doing like a conference on how you could become a good supervillain, and the main thing was, you need to get a crew. So Harley's like, okay, how do I get a crew? And he's like, well, you're a woman, so have sex with me, because no one's gonna follow you because you're a woman. And who's the DC villain who he's short, he's got a big head, he's got psycho powers, Dr. something.
Oh god, I know the one you're talking about, but I can't think of his name. I've got a picture of him in my head though.
Yeah, he used the C word twice in the show to describe women, and
because it's funny, because swearing.
And everybody freaked out, like the planet literally stopped spinning because he said the C word. And everyone was like, so he joins Harley, and Clayface was on her team as well, and they beat up Zeus.
Wait, so female empowerment had Clayface on her team? I thought it would be like all girls?
No.
Would that be more thematic?
I don't know. I don't care.
Also, doesn't Zeus not have any powers? Isn't he just a crazy person who thinks he's actually Zeus?
He was beating the shit out of Clayface quite easily, which I thought was weird because he's made of clay.
Yeah, and
he was just like punching him.
Yeah, and I distinctly remember Zeus not being Zeus.
Yeah, he's just psycho and has a lot of money and made a lightning gun or something,
So
at least in the animated show, right?
So he punched Clayface.
Yeah, and threw a statue at him or something. And I was like, but it's Clayface.
Also, don't talk. Why not do a show like that where like the subversion is here's all these amazing female DC villains who are just way more cool than either their male, like the male heroes, or their male counterparts. Because there are plenty. Like you could do. Like I'll be honest, I'll take the Star Sapphire over Sinestro any day of the week. Because I think she's a bit cooler than what they turned Sinestro into.
Oh, see, I only know Sinestro from the Yellow Lantern Corps when he was doing all that stuff. I don't know what he became after that.
Kind of that, but repeated 15 million times.
Oh, cool. That sounds repetitive.
But God Almighty, dude,
it's rough, man. This
there's
show's
a way of doing
show's
that.
rough.
There's a way of doing that story, and that is not it. Like, there's a way of doing it where it's like, okay, the female hero, have the female villains, like, carry out a heist where the fellas are going like, oh, we'll never manage this, and they do it, and just like, and then they're just like, the fact you, not like, women have done this, so we're amazing. Like, turn around and go like, this is what you were complaining about?
It seems to be a lot of Harley Quinn's got to beat the Joker because he's been abusive to her for so long, so she's got to become the crime boss because that's the way that she beats him or something.
This all seems very emotionally healthy.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the show. I don't think it's funny either.
Still?
Because I think Jason said he was enjoying it, and I was like, okay.
Jason is a wrong'un.
We'll watch another episode to see if I can get behind this.
Jason is born a wrong'un. Have you seen his face? It looks like a wrong'un face.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, no. Jason is the Kevin of podcasters.
Oh, damn. God damn. Anything else for that question, Mikey?
Not from me. Like, I think saying I like Batman and Harley Quinn is enough to get me stoned in the street.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Apparently, we ended up on a list of top 15 Transformers podcasts. We got that sent into our email.
Oh, how low were we?
We were number 7.
Oh wow, okay, that's a lot higher than I thought. I was going to say 15.
I would say like it's basically us, WTF, transmissions, and a bunch of people who started in the last year.
Oh, okay.
Which feels a little, basically, here's all the people who've been going for years, and then random names we picked out of a Google search.
Oh, fair enough.
But then again, these lists are never exactly infallible.
I was going to say, who put together the list? Was it a website, or was it just
it
like
was
fans?
Put together by, what is it called? Feedspot.com, who basically like do weekly or daily lists of the best podcasts for any given topic.
Yeah, okay. Number 7. Okay, yep. Fair play. I wonder how we raise that up. How do we get to number 1? Who was number 1? I want to know.
Oh god, I haven't looked at this in a couple of weeks. Let's see. WTF.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Aldo, fucking casuals.
Fucking casuals. Right, well then, Mr. Mikey, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to?
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Pillow. You can also send in some feedback to the moonbase2@gmail.com. We'll take it on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Libsyn, anywhere else you can think of, really. Andy, what about you?
You can find me on Twitter at CCTFW, YouTube as Grubber Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums, Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can head over to patreon.com/Moonbase2. $2 each month for the extended versions of From the Files Teletron 2. When are we going to do that one for this month, Mikey?
I don't know, because the fucking comics aren't coming out.
Oh, we're still on a delay. Okay.
Yep, I'm still waiting for that one issue.
Right, well...
Still waiting.
That's on IDW, guys, I suppose, not us.
We're doing our best, guys. We will have, like, all of Ghostbusters to cover by the time we get to this, though, so...
That'll be 3 issues, I guess?
5.
Something like that? 5. But we've done 1.
Yeah, but we're just going to do it all of the rest of the one big bunch.
Oh, fair play. Okay.
So.
And you also get the Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about non-transformery things in depth, where Mikey and I assume Chris are going to talk about Kamen Rider.
Possibly, but I will not tell you one way or the other. You learn with everyone else.
I see. When I edit it together. Okay.
Yep. Everyone else will be listening in while you edit.
Yay! Cool.
The coughs.
Well,
I started trying to keep track of those, but it wasn't long after I got my voice back, and it was just like, oh, Andy, I'm not doing this on purpose.
I'll only edit them out basically if you've put down time codes for each of them, because I can't listen to the entire show and edit every cough out, because that's a nightmare.
Will I make it worse?
If you want.
He had a cold too.
Did he? Oh no. You fucking diseased boys, you sharing your viruses online. Terrible.
We've got some sort of disease via games.
Game virus. Oh no. Well, everybody, we hope you have a good Christmas, Happy New Year, and everything. Keep safe, keep healthy, unlike at least Mikey and people I know. Keep well, have a good time, and we'll see you for 2020 when we come back for the new year of new Transformers and all the good stuff to come.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy next year.
Boop, boop.